What is up, YouTube? This is Apex27, and if you watch any of these clips, make sure you watch just the first two at least, because while the other clips are all good, these two clips in the beginning are perfect assassination attempts. Yes, we have the assassin build, inspired by Peverson. He has a Red Eye Eno assassin build, while his is more of a Raven mount cosplay with a few extra things thrown in. Mine does borrow the claws, the stealth talisman, concealing veil. I do wear a cloak to make me look like a bush in a lot of different environments. You wouldn't believe how often it works. This guy just takes a bolus to get rid of his poison, and I shoot him right as he finally stops the poison buildup. I don't know why these guys are naked. That's the thing that bothers me, is that they're both not wearing any armor while they're being invaded, and they're like trying to cheese Grail the dragon on the bridge. Look at this shit right here. I adjust a shot mid wind up because he ducks, and then I'm just going to be silent and let this happen. Oh, it's so good. I was so satisfied with both of these kills. I was going to chase him from behind, but he walked right into me. So either way, it would have been great, but that was just so much more satisfying, how well I blended in. This is going to be another one. It's not as good as the first clip, but it is basically a perfect assassination. I spawn in on these two guys, and these two people, and they are not sure where I am. And even though I almost give myself away there, they don't catch on. So fast forward a little bit, and they are climbing up the cliff. I guess they thought maybe I spawned near the first step. So I chased them back up, and they're completely unaware of me until right now. And this is just perfect, you know what I mean? They're a little laggy, and they do actually get to fight me a little bit before they die. But as you can see, I finished them off quite quickly. And as you can see by the compass, the host is still down there in the Aguil Lake ruins. So we're going to run over there, and I'm going to speed this up. There's going to be a decent amount of sped up clips in this one because, you know, sneaking around takes a little time. I realize he's under the ruins, and I come back, and here we have another slightly scuffed perfect assassination because this stupid little tree gets in the way and stops me from finishing him off. So then he gets to heal, and he gets to, you know, drag out the invasion a little longer, and that's too bad. Could have been a perfect assassination. That's okay, because I do end up getting him in the end. But yeah, anyway, while this clip finishes and the other ones all start up, I would say the next clip's going to be pretty cool because it's a Coliseum fight where I took my assassin to the Coliseum, and I got a few good kills in a row. It's quite a nice clip. It was right after the buff where they buffed claws and made him stronger. I'll tell you what, Blood Flame Blade, it's the main buff that I use on this weapon and on this build. It is pretty darn good. You can usually hit someone once or twice and then just leave them because they'll tick away. The blood will tick, the bleed build up, and they will just die off screen while you're chasing down their other teammate. As you can see, I have the Flame Strike weapon art, Ash of War, on these claws because this is a druid. It's an assassin druid, druidic assassin. So they use mostly flame-based things. You can hear me talking a little trash in the background. These guys do not see me, even though I'm 2 feet away. It's kind of a funny clip. So, the perfect build, if I had it my way, Fia's Mist would be an incantation and not a sorcery, so I could have Death Blight on this build. Because I don't like the Eclipse Shodels, because they're very straightforward and kind of boring. I really hope the DLC gives us a better Death Blight weapon. I also hope the DLC gives us a better Sleep build-up weapon. Not that that has anything to do with this. Pretty good assassination, I would say, right there. I love to skulk away at the end, because I have the Concealing Veil Talisman, so I just disappear into the mist. I would also use the Mist, that's a sorcery that does damage over time. I forget what it's called. It's like Night Maiden's Mist or something. On this build, if I could, if I had enough stat points, and if it wasn't annoying to switch between sorceries and incantations. Poison Mist would be decent. The other aromatics, including pretty much all the aromatics, would be good on this build. Blood Boil, Spark. I don't have those though because I like to keep things to one build, and I already have Spark Aromatic on my Ninja build / Huntsman build. Oh, this clip, very funny. The host has 2 straight swords. He's not very good. Straight swords are easy mode. But instead of helping finish me off with his blue, he continues to try to kill this NPC that he's trying to kill and leaves these blues to hang out and dry. So you're going to see me kill a few blues, and then finally the host will get finished off in a pretty ridiculously dumb way, when he could have just helped finish me off. Because, like I said, double straight swords, easy mode. You should always win if you have double straight swords, especially if it's like St. Trina's swords. You're just wasting everyone's time if you're not gonna try with dual straight swords. Anyway, I hate that if you miss the first swing, you can still hit the second swing and still get the debuff, flask debuff. Other things I would use in this build if I really had the stat allocation points and stuff, because I like to keep my builds level 70, because it avoids a lot of the crazy stupid meta crap that I don't like to face. Anything Black Flame would be good. And the Ghost Flame. That's what it is, the Ghost Flame. But that's intelligence-based, not faith-based. So once again, something that would be cool in this build, but is ruined because it's intelligence instead, or something. The Blood Flies would be good on this build. There's some fun lore behind this build. If you pay attention, you can see that this build actually shares some fashion, some armor items with my Mad Druid. It has the same gauntlets, the same legs, and the hood, while being a different hood, looks similar enough that you could say that it is a version of the same hood that is less withered. So yeah, I see that guy died really ridiculously dumb to the NPC. All that for nothing, really, truly. Wasting those blues times, wasting his own time. This is a fun clip. I like that the beginning when I get the first kill, you'll see. But so back to the lore, like I was saying, getting off track. These guys are from the same order that the Mad Druids first came from, my other build. Mad Druid, if you haven't seen the video, is a character that wears very similar clothing to this one, except a different chest piece, basically. And The lore behind that one is that they went mad during the Caelid Bloom when Melania fought Radahn. They were in Caelid, and they went crazy with the rot the same way that Radahn did. So now, instead of just protecting the forest from actual people who are hurting it, they go around attacking innocent people that are doing nothing to wrong the forests in general. And after seeing Peterson's assassin build, I got inspired and I made a version of it myself, which is, a lot of things are changed, so it's not a complete copy paste, but I will give him credit for inspiring me to make this one. And basically these are assassins that order of druids dispatched to take on the mad druids, and to do so they dabbled in things like blood flame, and I originally wanted to have frenzied burst on this build, but it wasn't doing enough damage and it takes too long to charge up, and people hear you charging it up because you scream, and I just didn't do that. But the original idea was to have some madness on this build, and the lore was that dabbling in madness to fight the mad druids, and blood flame and black flame and death blight and all that to combat these mad druids. They also go mad in the process. You know, snake root assassins is what they're called, the snake root, because that's actually a real life plant that's like a deadly poisonous plant. The snake root assassins go crazy as well, and now they also attack people who are not even the mad druids. Kind of like an ironic, very Miyazaki Souls style story where one group goes mad, and the group that tries to stop them from committing crimes and all that also goes mad in the process, and now everyone's just crazy. Yeah, that's the nerdy lore, because you know me, I can't help it. I have to have a little story behind my character. It's fun. It's just too fun. It'll never not be a thing. But anyway, this is just a 2v1 on the bridge in the shaded castle. These guys weren't even, you know, that difficult. They didn't have like OP builds or anything, but I just thought it was an interesting little fight on a bridge, because this video needed to be a little longer than it was. And I believe this is the last clip where it's a pretty good assassination. The ending is really what's funny. The ending is hilarious. It will be sped up in the middle after I get this kill, because there's a little bit of walking back to find the host. But like I said, the ending with the host is very funny. Stay tuned for the build at the end of the video. I'll have a screenshot of the build. And if you have any other questions about it, you can ask me in the comments of this video. This video will be linked to a playlist of other builds that I have, where I explain them and show you how it works and showcase it. This has been Apex 27, and adios for now.